Serious, Redditors who are mods of any social media, what is the most disturbing video post you've ever had to delete due to a report from another user? Long time ago I was a mod on Gay Online when 4chan was hitting it. I have had to deal with everything from child stuff to people doing burial things to animals to images that would crash people's computers. I eventually started using a web tool that stopped off-site images from loading once I knew it was a troll account, and it didn't take me long to clean up the mess from there. I remember my Gay Online days. The worst I'd seen was pornographic genital mutilation. It was a bunch of images on across some threads. I actually got an image blocking extension just for removing them. Mod here right on Reddit. It was on a subreddit about a TV show that got cancelled after one season. One random guy started to post random YouTube videos of several women explaining how to clean your butt and vagina. Not really as bad as other people's stuff, but I was confused as heck. Confused and aroused. I was one of the admins for a closed Facebook group for small business owners, mostly home-based businesses, like handmade jewelry, artisan soaps, etc. One lady had a few money-making ventures, one of which was selling off her dog's puppies. Allowing her to discuss this was a grey area for us, as it wasn't exactly a puppy mill, since she only had the 2 dogs, and they were beloved pets. One day, though, she posted a picture which was so bizarre, it took every single person who saw it a couple of minutes to grasp what they were seeing. She was proudly displaying, all in a neat row, the snipped tails of the current litter. Thinking about it now still turns my stomach. Between the horrified comments on the post itself, and the direct messages all the admins received, we felt completely justified in removing the picture, and telling her posts like that were not allowed. Of course, she didn't see why everyone was so upset, and she left the group on her own, thus negating any need to ban her. Oh man, that's so horrible. I really don't understand why people think that dog tails are attractive, and the act of cutting them off is barbaric. I've modded a relatively large subreddit for just over a year. Some butthole kept trying to post the same picture of a mutilated cat corpse on different accounts before. The cat was dead and strung up by the neck by a thin piece of string on a door handle or something. Poor thing. That was something that really shocked me. Someone also put a comment on a thread which allegedly linked to child pornography. I of course did not click it. I did not want the police kicking my door down. So I removed the comment, banned the account from the subreddit, and notified Reddit admins. Hopefully they sorted things out. I moderate a couple of obscure storytelling alternate reality bizarre humor subreddits. We regularly have posts where people link images in their self-posts to illustrate what they are experiencing. We once had someone accidentally link an extremely explicit hentai image instead of their intended link. I guess they were multitasking or something. Had to take that one down pretty quick. Could have manually typed the URL and made a typo. I've gotten a few interesting results from forgetting to capitalize a letter when I'm typing in a shortened URL someone texted me. Used to be a mod of a Nintendo forum. There was a day where one guy decided to post as much bestiality P as possible before being banned. That freaking video of a puppy in a snake tank. I am sure you guys have seen it. Especially when they make a video that seems innocent and edit it to add the snake attacking in the last second. The culprits kept making loads of accounts and posting it. I am sure you guys have seen it. Nope, but thanks for the heads up. I had to block 2 people on a Discord server because they were having this back and forth over who could post the most bizarre P. It was like they were trying to one-up each other on how kinky and varied their interests were. Nothing illegal for me to have to deal with, and there's nothing that disturbing about P. Plenty of servers have P sections. It was just that it was like this constant stream of P links, and I found their desire to show off what they were interested in most disturbing. Both straight men, too, as far as I know. I got a couple guys like that in a server I own. I let them do it and even gave them their own text channel for it. That solved almost all the messages I was getting over people mad that Gay Care Bear on footer Elsa P was being posted in the same channel as Vanilla P. Used to mod our Christianity. I used to remove comments calling for the government to execute gay people. Unfortunately for me, and the rest of the mod team, this was apparently bad moderation according to the top mod. So a bunch of us got booted and banned. and said top mod is still top mod in his belief that it is indeed acceptable to promote genocide of gay people. There was a bunch of threads in our subreddit drama if you're keen to find out more. Other than that, when I modded there was a standard run of stuff posted just to be inflammatory, mostly just rape, drawings of Jesus being raped, priests raping kids etc. Delete and ban was really all we could do. They're just created in God's image or so they would claim. Every time the site I moderate get hit by spam someone else takes care of it before I arrive. This is despite the fact I banned the vast majority, at least 10 to 1 compared to the other mods combined of bot accounts. I'm sick of mods removing my account because they think I'm a bot. I was a Discord moderator on a server with thousands of people. Someone posted a video of what looked like someone shooting their own head with a not so small gun. I think it might have been a shotgun. The head exploded. Needless to say that was an instant permanent ban. If the person who shot himself could not distribute the video, they had to be one that found it on his camera and shared it. So now I don't know what's worse. People finding and sharing a video of someone who shoots himself or people enjoying to watch such crap. Not necessarily a post but a person. I'm an admin on a pretty big tech forum which actually has a few nice sub-communities including meetings and such. On one occasion not too long ago a guy who was part of one of the more social groups and who actually visited some others often said he was very ill. He made posts about his attempted recovery but in the end he posted he was terminal. He went to one more meeting after that where he helped one of the other people move. Then a few weeks later his girlfriend posted that he had passed away. There was quite a bit of grief and lots of people commented on his obituary thread. Except behind the scenes we found out that while the girl did exist, she was not actually his girlfriend. Long story short, the person who claimed he was dead was actually the guy himself. Turns out he had faked his cancer. All of the recovery messages, and even his girlfriend was just some girl he had crushed on in high school and whose name he abused. In private messages we got confirmation about all of this before we acted, of course. We gave him some time to explain himself publicly but nothing really came from that, so in the end we just banned him for life for breaking the trust that made this community so nice. To this date no one really knows what the heck the guy was thinking. Somehow I ended up moderating for a Cupid. I think I lasted about a week. I've never seen so many dongs. The one that actually stood out to me was this dude that set his up with red silk napkins and a candle. If memory serves, I might be imagining the candle. It looked like an ad for high-end chocolate, but no, dong. I'm sorry, but this is so funny to me. Freaking fancy dong-a-la mode. Used to be mod of a fan forum some years ago. Thankfully I never saw anything too bad, but the worst that we did have to deal with was bullying. Never self-post kiddos. We had to delete entirely too many shop jobs and custom emoticons. When I helped mod another site the big bugaboo was people using it for erotic roleplay. We didn't want anyone doing RP and PMs because we couldn't ensure what everyone's ages were and the admin wanted to keep the site clean. Also sire I guess. TBH it was just really cringy stuff. OMG that happened on a forum I moderated for. A 15-year-old was doing erotic RP through PMs with a 12-year-old. Her mom found out and wanted him arrested. Running of the bulls. Camera on what appears to be a specific hard corner. Guy comes into frame losing his balance. Falls and slides into the wall. Quickly he picks himself up. And a massive bull runs heads first into the same wall. Cut video feed. EHH. He is probably fine. I was a mod on a Wikia site when I was really young. Like 10/11. We had tons of trolls posting scat and scat p all day long. I lost my nonsense. I'm owner of a Kick GC and some guy posted a video of a man being beheaded very slowly with a machete. I banned him but unfortunately I couldn't delete the video. I've seen a lot of shock videos but that one really got stuck in my head. Also seen a video of a guy stepping on a puppy's head and squishing it. I really don't get why these guys like this kind of stuff. I want to be a medical examiner so I'm not like grossed out by dead bodies and that kind of stuff, but I don't know why you'd want to desensitize yourself like that. It's one thing to accept sacrifices for a purpose, used for food, or science, or otherwise greater good. It's another to ruthlessly hurt another form for no reason. To do so is, well, on the spectrum of sociopathy. Take comfort in the fact it does bother you. It can keep you grounded. It is your strength. I mod a large subreddit. Someone once posted 24 frame by frame images of a turd exiting their waxed sphincter. I didn't realize what I was looking at until I enlarged it. Not my finest hour. Does Discord server mod count? We had this big group of people that were spamming ISIS execution videos for like 10 minutes before we had to go into super lockdown mode on new accounts. Wow, I would not have thought to get so many answers overnight. I live in Germany. Thanks guys. Very interesting yet disturbing stories. Reddit. A user decided that we were Nazi mods because we removed their comments for blatantly insulting other users for no reason. Turns out, us removing those comments meant that the user could repeatedly post a link to a flayed and anodized penis, deliberately making the links look legit. 2. A limgacomastv. 4chan something, etc. Twitch. I've lost count of the death and rape threats. I've also been sent varying degrees of crushing images, gifs, etc. Not sure why that seems to be the go-to option for jilted users. Thankfully, those were all sent directly to me, and not in the open chat. I clicked on a link about a dog. It was not a dog. I used to be a mod for a Discord server and I muted this guy due to constantly spamming bot commands in channels that restricted the use of bot commands. He ended up losing a bunch of roles he had and I refused to return them all. In return he sent me a photo of a baby that was laying on the sidewalk fully dismembered. Quite the sight. I mod a pretty sizable FB tag group. This woman shared a video of her pet rat ginormous. I mean absolutely huge, balls that had gone gangrenous. I had gotten tagged in the comments so many times that I had 100 plus notifs by the time I finally got around to seeing and deleting the post. I've moderated for a few hentai based Discord servers and some people really like to frick with stuff. Here's just a few notable things I can remember off the top of my head. GIF of some guy raping a dead rat. GIF of some person cutting off a rat's penis while it was tied to a table. You could see the pain the rat was suffering from how it was struggling at the end of the GIF. Video of some guy unloading an entire clip from his handgun into a deer. More clips of animal cruelty and or murder. Several video clips of scat pee. Goop fetish. Image of some guy who committed suicide with a shotgun. Half his head was missing and you could see bits of his brain scattered around with blood all over the walls and bathtub. Made me lose a bit of sleep after a fellow mod told me it was real and not photoshopped. ISIS execution videos. Rape videos. Video clips of people being murdered or committing suicide. In case anyone's wondering, yes, they all got banned on the spot. The first one is very weird to say the least. Was a mod in a women's moms group on Facebook. We monitored the posts closely but this one slipped through the cracks. A woman was pregnant and was literally using Facebook to try to find someone to adopt her unborn baby, and another member was all for it and actually wanted to try to adopt the baby. Admins were tagged and that crap got shut down real quick. I was one of 3 admin for a community group with over 4k members for the town immediately next to Sutherland Springs. If the name rings a bell, it's the town in Texas that had the huge church massacre last year. The church I grew up in. I lost many dear friends that day. 21 innocent lives were taken. That page was an utter crap show for months following the tragedy. Non-stop media requests, people speculating, conspiracy theorists. We still have people posting a year later panicking about hearing possible gunshots. I think the worst were the people sharing a picture of an old friend, immediately following the news, slandering him and claiming he was the shooter before anyone knew any facts. People kept sharing it to the group. In fact, he had been sleeping at home while his wife, daughter, and 4-year son were all shot 2 blocks away. The boy was the only survivor in his family. Just made me sick to my stomach. I almost shut the page down. But there was some good to come of it when things settled down a little. I used to moderate a small amateur game dev forum. We had a guy keep posting necrophilia pictures and harassing one particular young user. He later became part of the community, like a friend we love to hate. I was mod on our FB group and we had to remove pictures of someone who had their head cut off. Worst part was it got posted in the middle of the night for most of our team, so it stayed up 5-6 hours until someone woke up to a complete crap show and loads of messages and comments. I am co-owner of a GMOD server, and some guy who had given us trouble for being extremely rude and lashing out at people one day decided it was a good idea to put furry P on an in-game media player. Apparently they were just screwing around, but judging by a few other things, he was probably a furry and got off to that kind of stuff. We did not have a rule against P at the time, but because he was an butthole in general, he got himself perm banned the next day or so for harassing another player. For me it was moderating Discord. You tend to get raiders posting gore when you mod big Discord servers, but the stuff I found most disturbing was probably the horse pee. Admin for a gaming community on Facebook. We got a reported video one day and it was a video of some older woman blowing what looked like a 4-year-old. Immediately blocked them from the group and reported the account to Facebook. Jesus Christ. That's freaking disgusting. This one got me the most, I think because I have 2 young sons. Dang. Does Discord count as social media? Oh well, moderately large server was being raided. Lots of child pee. It was sickening. Someone spammed me, my friends, and replaced our pages with, and I'm not making this crap up, we are #1 hentai. Yes, Lazytown P. Just link after link of it. Multiple question marks. I'm administrating a medium-sized music Discord server. Had to PM a guy who had his profile picture set to a man with his head crushed, informing him that his profile picture violates both server rules and Discord's community guidelines. Luckily he changed the picture, since he really likes the server. Not a mod but married to one. My husband moderates several boards on a sports discussion forum. A few years back he was telling me about a user who was a notorious troll and had his account suspended several times for posting inappropriate crap. Mostly petty stuff like LOL kill yourself when someone posted about mental illness. Every time one account got banned he'd create a new one. Husband told me this guy finally got IP banned when he posted links to child exploitation material. After some discussion we eventually put 2 and 2 together and realized the child P posting user who was banned was in fact my ex-husband. I had no idea. He had told me he used to troll a few sites for fun but never mentioned anything about child P. Probably because he knew it'd be a deal breaker, and as a teacher I could lose my job if that crap was linked to an IP address I used. It was a horrible realization, but one which made me so glad we had divorced. I was a mod of a LGBT Instagram page quite a few years ago, and we always followed back people that followed us cause it was kinda what people did at the time. Well, one day some Indian dude follows us and I follow him back. Instantly my feed is filled with his nasty looking dong. We were all like 12 years old. I used to moderate a forum for a gaming community. We had a guy post a long post about why pedophilia was taboo and it shouldn't be, that children could consent, equating it to homosexuality. 2 people drunkenly coming out of a urinal turned out as the dude roofied her and dragged her in there. Pretty fricked. Never became an official mod, but I made it to the trial mod role in the official Pikmin Discord, which I think is partnered with the Pikmin subreddit, TLDR. When they open applications for joining staff team, they will select a few at a time and have them moderate for a week, and removed when the next batch comes, and so on until they get through all of their choices and the best trial mods become a full-time mod. During my time as a trial mod, the server was raided and people started to spam gore, P, swastikas and other various forms of racism. Not good timing. Only after did we ramp up security. In another situation, I was playing some game I can't remember about and the 3 people I was playing with were very open about their discrimination towards the LGBT community. What I remember most is how desperately I wished I was a mod, and all I could do was send a report on them and hope they were taken care of soon. I ran a Discord group with some friends. I was just a mod. We went through Reddit to get people to join this Discord group. 2 weeks later, we had a 14-year-old telling us that she's been sexting someone from this Discord who's 38. She was in a different country but he was in the USA. She told her parents and the police got involved and I answered questions for a French police officer and then left that Discord. Never talked to anyone for that Discord again. I saw a video of a girl that fricks her dogs. I was like 13 and it was on Facebook and I was in the lounge. I had a weird morbid curiosity but kept scrolling cause it now my dad was in the room. But yeah, that chick's a freak. She was on the run, caught and went to jail, has been released and I deck where she's at now. A somewhat well-known writer posted a physical address of a person she didn't like and encouraged people to go to the person's house and harass them. I used to work as a customer service peon for a social network that was marketed to teenagers. I've seen it all, from gore to 15-year-olds giving head, threats, gore, lots of naked teenagers, unattractive nudes, attractive nude, child pee, etc. There's not enough brain bleach in the world. I was an admin of a 15k member nerdy adult group. We had to delete one post where the woman had killed her dog due to her neglect. She said she'd heard it crying for days, then it stopped, and she didn't know what to do. She went out and it was dead. She wanted us to feel sorry for her. It still makes me teary. I was on Facebook. A strange image was in my feed of an American flag. Strange because my feed it's all practically NHL. I clicked it. It was an ISIS member having sex with a girl and while he was doing her, chopping her limbs off with a machete. I'm still traumatized from it. I deleted my account that day and haven't been on Facebook since. I have dreams about it, where I see her face screaming at me. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.